spinny thing. You have too much camera on you.
I do, right? Look, I'm in the center. All right,
Yeah.
I'll change.
It's got to go this way. It's got to go
that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Stop.
No, but look, now we're in the wall there. See?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, you moved everything over.
We have
so yeah.
Okay, so you got to move over.
Yeah, you got to.
I got to move over this way. Should we do this stuff before we actually go on?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
that's better.
That'd be impossible. Yes, I'm right back in my seat.
Yeah. Okay. How's the lighting? The lighting's weird.
It is weird. It's too bright.
Crazy shadow. Yes.
We need the caramel skin tone and less volume.
Oh yeah. No. Okay, we're really supposed to do this stuff before we start broadcasting, Dr. Art. There's people.
There's people.
But they're giving us a thumbs up anyway.
Yeah, no. Microphone's working.
Greetings, everyone, to our Sunday night Gearhead Lounge. I decided to change
It's
the name
not
of this
Sunday.
because
It's Wednesday.
it's Sunday somewhere.
No.
Dude, this is a vast freaking cosmos. You know how many suns and planets and trust me, it's Sunday somewhere.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll play that one.
Maybe just not here now on this planet or this dimension. But yeah, it's Wednesday, and I decided to change the name of this from Tech Talk to Gearhead Lounge because honestly, we're all over the map with this stuff, so it's kind of deceiving. So, we're only going to talk about tech, right?
It all goes off the rails.
It's always off the rails. So
it ends up being cheese and
yes,
mice and stuff.
Yes.
So
let's greet.
Let's greet. All right, let's stop.
Let's see who can greet the most people. Ready?
Peter Kovacs, Jeff Hutchinson, Eric's Garage, Nathan Mercury,
Cleatra, Stang Lincoln, JP1 Special.
Chapter 1, Stang.
Yes, Thomas Trucks, 666. Cleatra.
Costore.
Poor Al Green. Yeah, what happened to Al Green?
Koondog 11.
Who is Al Green?
Oh, he was the jazz singer.
I hate jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I said Koondog and.
But I'm sorry if anything happened to the guy. Even though I hate what he does.
Look, no stop motion. Whatever it was, you fixed it.
Dude, because that's why I get paid the big bucks. I troubleshoot things. And look, the microphone is working.
It is. It's working beautifully.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
All right, but we're still a little pale. Why are we so pale?
I don't know. Are you sick? Or it's cold?
It's these lights.
Is it?
Yeah, you look like a ghost.
What do you usually do?
Wait, you know what? Shut that light. And let's. Oh, dude. This is great. We have to tell ghost stories.
Yes.
Wait, let me try to turn these lights on.
Turn the multi-light on. And see
We're supposed to do this shit before.
But it doesn't work before.
How's that?
That gives us a nice, beautiful. The wood is a nice red tone. And
oh my god. Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll do this.
Yeah, this is very good.
It's still.
It's a little dark. It's a little dark. Oh, watch this.
Okay. You're gonna do the lights out in the hallway.
Turn the light in the hallway on.
Okay. Kathy said you're green. That could be me or you. One of us is green.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm a little green. That's okay, but it's what I ate. All right.
So we go back to greeting people.
Yeah.
We got new people. We got
Barrows is here. Jeff Hutchins. No, listen, bro. We're into this already for almost 4 minutes. We can't keep greeting people except for Fubar. Fubar the Axe is in the house. We are all safe. The world's greatest moderation team is slowly filtering in, I think.
Oh my God! Look at this right away.
A super chat right off the bat. Cleatra. Thank you, Cleatra. 100 LL?
Yeah,
Aviation, yeah. Okay, yeah. But what's LL stand for?
Low lead.
Oh, okay. I keep hearing it's bad for cars. Make it make sense, UTG.
It's not bad for your cars. It's really bad for your CAT system because it's low lead.
Yes.
You can't have leaded fuels run through a CAT because it will clog it and your car will explode and do bad things. But the 100 octane is lovely. Mwah.
Well, we don't know their experience level, so to tell us the car's going to explode.
This is general. Stay away from it if you have a cat. Cut your cats off your car. Use straight pipe exhaust. Run the
it's like catalytic converters. Not if you've got a cat and you've got it in the car. Don't hurt your cat. Catalytic converter. Yes. But other than that, no, it's fine. Mike Bogert. So Mike, how do you like the mood lighting? Is this good?
Yeah. Just don't breathe in the low lead gas. So
Yes. But thank you for the super chat, Klatra01.
yes.
Let's see. Yeah, oh, and he wants to run it in a 67 390 FE. Don't bother. Listen to me, you're not going to see any advantage at all. The only time you'll see an advantage, that 100 octane, like if you're running super high compression, right? 12.5, 13.1 compression with a lot of ignition lead, with a lot of load, in other words, if you're hauling this thing down a drag strip, you'll see a difference there. But for like a typical like 8, 9, 10 to 1 street engine, 93 octane pump is more than enough, and usually 91 is fine. I run my Charger, my 67 Charger, I run on 87. I run on 87 because it's a low compression motor. It's an 8 to 1 motor with a bit of a cam in it. I run on the cheapest 87 that I can find, and I've got the distributor. Well, it's curved, so but it's maximum at 34 degrees, and it's never pinged. It's never done anything, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, the 100 low lead would be great if you had a separate tank for your nitrous oxide for the fuel side.
Yeah. Okay, but he's like.
But no, just to buy the avgas to pump in there. I mean,
okay,
you want to do it. It's cool, but yeah, that doesn't do any good.
He's trying to just avoid the ethanol and boiling. That's understandable.
Okay, yeah.
Mitten Made Muscle, rest in peace, Gene Winfield. What a freaking guy. You know, I'm not a customizer. You know, I'm just not into that sort of thing. But I had so much respect for the guy. I met him.
Oh, he's his own legend.
The guy was just amazing. 97 years old, right? I mean, that's a real inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, especially, you know, that's the thing, right? You got like, I'm 62. He's like, you're almost 60.
Yeah, 57. So
57, right? So for guys like us to actually see like a role model, somebody to look forward to, you know what I mean? Gene Winfield was important because who the hell doesn't want to be like Gene Winfield?
Smoke cigars and lay lead.
Yeah, that was the other guy who lived forever.
Yeah, that guy.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, George Barris.
No, not George Barris. No, Hines, Al Hines.
Al Hines. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And he passed recently too. But yes, Gene Winfield. I met him at the. I didn't mean like a formal thing. At the Tennessee Autorama about 2 years ago, and it was definitely an honor to shake the guy's hand.
Mexican Spec is here.
Mexican Spec is in the house.
And his advice was don't drive to Mexico at night.
Right. I don't remember why.
He said it's too damn dangerous to do it.
Todd Denny, Tony and Dr. Art, how did you know to turn on the mood lighting? How did you know that I just got engaged the other day? Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
What, psychic, you know what I mean? I hit the Ouija board every morning, and the Ouija board tells me, you know, do this.
Mood lighting, MOOD.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's spelled out mood lighting, and here we are.
Tony just got a 83 Kawasaki Spectre 750. Are familiar with them? Has factory adjustable air shocks.
I know the. I'll tell you what. I know those early 80 750 Cowies well enough that I shattered my tibia on one, but not that particular model of bike. Mine was was it a limited? Jeez, I don't remember. I think it was a limited one that I crashed on. But factory adjustable air shocks. Yes, mine had that too. But I mean, I don't really know what you want to know about it though. And it's been. You know something? Here's crazy. It's been 20. Yeah. Wait. What year is this?
2025.
It's been 26 years since. No, 25 years. Yeah, it's been 25 years since I had a bad motorcycle crash.
Get out of here! 25 years without.
It's been 25 years since I've worn a cast. It's crazy, I know, but yeah, it was. I think it was an 81 750 LTD, and yeah.
Are the air shocks on those bikes in case you get a large one or something?
Yeah. You don't even know. You know, it's just a nice little. It's just a nice little bonus.
Mm. Chungo, what's the plan for Scribbles? You'll find out here pretty quick.
Yes,
but there is a plan, and it's fantastic.
It is fantastic. Give me a hint to the name. He's adding something to the name.
Smog.
Smog? Oh, you're adding smog to the name?
Yeah, yeah, it'll be, you just probably wait till maybe, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, you'll find out.
Let's see. Divo, is there a hidden room behind the wall of books? Yes, it's where we keep the pork.
Because you have to have a stash of pork.
Yeah.
Yeah. The piles and piles of bacon are behind the trick door in the library. Yes.
Mike Brunello, I'm glad the APA is rolling back emissions. Well, rolling them back is just the first step. I don't think you're going to see an EPA at all by the end of this year.
No, those guys are all looking for jobs.
Yes.
Like, what can we do? Go live in California, protect the frogs.
Hey, we only have Top Shack up here. You know how to fix that, right?
Yeah, we missed all these people.
Oh.
There we go. Now we can see all your
Now we
comments.
see everything.
Oh, look at how much brighter it is, dude.
White Trash, are you going to the spring war in the woods or the fall? Probably the fall. I had the spring one is May 9th, and I don't see any way that we're going to be ready for that. So it'll be the fall. But I do have, I've got a mental list of probably at least a dozen different tech pieces, tech videos that are going to be included in that build, which is why I'm not crazy about washing it. You know, making the race is one thing, but it's the preparation to the race that makes the interesting videos. So not in any particular rush, but we got a lot of good stuff coming on that.
Yeah, they're all talking to each other again.
Are they?
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to us.
They're talking about bacon and getting married and.
Roy James, thoughts on Mustang Mach-E ruining Mustang's reputation?
It's not really a Mustang, so it's just it's a shitty SUV that they borrowed the name of. They made cool taillights on it. If they would have made a supercharged Coyote motor for that SUV,
that would have been pretty cool.
All-wheel drive, it would have been very acceptable.
Yeah, I don't think it really hurts the name. I mean, I'm not a fan of the car. Don't get me wrong. I think it's weird looking, and this, you talk about a Ford dealer over here. We got a Ford dealer not too far from here, and there's a line of them like that. They're probably leftovers.
They're very dusty.
They're very dusty with all dead batteries, right? But I mean, I think it was just a dumb move in the marketing, but it didn't hurt the reputation of the Mustang, unlike the Charger. Stephen S. Paul, the EPA doesn't need to exist, just another made-up organization that screws the little guy.
Yep.
You mean the government? You talking about the government or just one little part of it? Max Level. That's a good name, Max Level. I like that. Good evening, gentlemen. Can we get a gold frame portrait with moving eyes in the dark spot to the left of Dr. Art?
Here. This dark spot.
We're oddly unbalanced here, bro. Does that? I mean, why? You see what I'm saying? Like,
just it's too late.
No, I have to turn the camera. I have to turn it towards me.
Towards you?
Wait.
Okay.
No, towards me. No, towards you.
All right, and right there. Okay, how's that?
Oh, look at that. Now everything is sideways behind us like Batman. All right, hang on.
Yeah, lift up on that.
Yes.
Oh, you went over center. Right, yeah, it's a little bit that way, but yeah, that's fine.
Oh, it's watchable now. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know, we're looking at the lap. This is a laptop over here, and we're watching ourselves. So
yeah.
Let's see. That's just many people.
Tony, your resident Pontiac Nutter Butter, is buying a Mustang right now. A 71 fastback, 351 Cleveland 4V non-mock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Why? You mean you're a Pontiac guy, man? What are you doing it for?
Well,
but that's a cool car.
You like those?
I tell you what, that body style made the most beautiful funny cars.
Yeah, but they didn't make the most beautiful cars, but funny cars, yeah.
Yeah, they made beautiful. Well,
because of that big back section.
Yeah. They're like the Plymouth Arrow too, right?
Yeah.
Another one. I made a beautiful funny car, but it was a weird, funky kind of.
Yeah.
But no, I like that body style. I did a drag test on a Boss 351. I was doing so after Cars Illustrated, we started a bunch of books over at Harris. One was called Mustang Action. Thumper, see if you can find the drag test I did in Mustang Action on the Boss 351, and I almost stuffed this car.
It had no brakes.
No. Okay, so it was a Wednesday afternoon during the summer in Englishtown. Okay. So they had just sprayed the track because they were having a show that night, like a match race. So they had just sprayed the track, and I went out there with this car with cold tires, right, on a sprayed track where the glue hadn't been set and everything. And when I banged second, it skated around, right? It did things that no stock car should ever do. You know what I mean? It was on ice, and I came that close to dancing with Mr. Guardrail with a pristine Boss 351 Mustang. Ted Nugent has a 71 Boss. I didn't know that. Wango Tango.
Thumper said he needs a use for the four V Clevelands that he has.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just going to cycle him through there, blow it up.
No, he's going to have 4. Whatever that was, 1,300 cubic inches of Cleveland.
Those cars are almost long enough to take.
Yeah, you could put another one if you move the grill all the way out to the bumper.
Yep.
You could put 2 of them in there.
Jimmy Lou, thank you for the super chat, Jimmy. 69 Charger. The first car I ever built was a 69 Charger. Changing from the original 383 to 440 engine. Do I really need to change the factory 5/16 fuel line to the 3/8 line factory used on 440s? The factory did not use a 3/8 line on the regular 440s. Only 446 pack and 446 Hemi cars. The regular 440, like the standard RT, had a 5/16 line. And it really just depends on what you do with carburation. It's enough to feed that 5/16 line with a healthy pump, right, with a good healthy pump, is enough to feed a 440 with a single 4-barrel to around 5,500 RPM or thereabouts for extended use. If more than that, like more RPM, more carburation than it originally had, then yeah, step it up to 3/8. They should have used 3/8 to begin with, but they didn't. Okay, where are we now?
Sergeant Mustang, any reliability mods, adding a PDC, either PCV, yeah, and that would recommend making 261 and earlier Mopar engine.
A PCV system is a benefit on anything you put it on. Right? There's no such thing as a bad PCV system.
Gets all the crud out of the crankcase.
Gets all the crud out of the crankcase. No doubt about it. If you can have a PCV, there's really no reason you couldn't have one. Make sure that it's vented on the other side. The PCV can only suck in as much from the crankcase as is allowed to enter from the breather. So you need to have a breather on one valve cover and the PCV valve on the other valve cover. And yes, I'm a big proponent of PCV valves. Okay. 69 Charger. How do you run a PCV on old 327? So the 327 has the older 327, so the road draft tube ones have that breather cap that's on the front, right? You can just pop a hole in the valve cover. You have to use a valve cover, and it'll accept a grommet for a PCV valve. Any aftermarket cover would have that, or a later valve cover. And you can have 2 oil caps. You could have the one that's on the standpipe at the front of the engine, and one that's on a valve cover. Or
you could have one slick valve cover.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways you could do it. but it'll work fine with the factory, that standpipe and the breather on the top. Straight U-point solo 1. What's straight straight up on it. Straight up on it. Yes. Hammer in that thing. Okay. Lifted tick or exhaust leak. Where to start? 305
Camaro. Do you have headers? Do you have manifolds? If you have manifolds, throw some donut gaskets in there because they're probably shot. And if your noise doesn't go away after that, then you have a lifter tick.
Yes. If you're driving, okay, so you're driving out like a steady state, okay, 40 miles an hour, okay, 2,000 RPM, right, and you hold it kind of steady. Give it a little tiny bit of gas. Don't be standing straight up on it, right? Just a little bit of gas. If you hear it go tick tick tick, then you know it's definitely an exhaust leak. And by the same token, if you feather off the gas a little bit and you don't hear anything, exhaust leak. If it's a lifter noise, it's not going to change due to small variances in throttle position. But an exhaust leak, be very sensitive to throttle position.
Or you can do that.
Or you could do that. There's lots of different ways you could do it.
Yeah.
Good evening, David Bird. Let's see. Yeah, he has headers on it.
Oh, okay.
Mopar Man 78 is saying he uses the Chevy push PCV valve with aftermarket grommet on my Mopar valve cover. Yeah, that gets rid of the spring rattle, but allows the same amount to flow. Yeah, that's the Mopar. All of the aftermarket valve covers will have grommets to take that Chevy style PCV valve. There's no functional difference between the Chevy style and the Chrysler style, except the Chrysler style is a little pain in the ass because it's a little
tiny thing.
barbed nipple that fits into a tight hole. But the Chevy style is great.
Super Router 2002. Put a freeze plug in the back of my 327 where the vent tube went, and a hole drilled to fit a PDC grommet. PDC was hidden below the distributor.
Yeah, if it's as long as it's just not sucking any oil, I don't think it would be there.
No, but shouldn't it be straight up and down that?
I don't think there's a difference.
No.
No, because there were a couple applications where they actually stuck it in a hose. I remember it was an Oldsmobile application where the PCV valve was actually in a hose.
Oh, like laying on the back of the manifold?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. David Bird just picked up a 69 Polara wagon, 3D3. Unfortunately, it has rusty, crusty headers that have to go.
Well, there's worse things in life.
But he's got a Polara wagon. That's good news.
I don't have an opinion on this, but maybe you do, Dr. I'm wondering what is the cheapest 4-speed automatic transmission to buy and build up to hold 600 horsepower?
In what?
In what make? What make? Ford, GM, Chrysler?
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yes. The Imaginator. Yes.
Nice.
Have a cape? You should have a cape. Back in the days, I shamed several Camaros and Mustangs with my 73 Duster 340. Giant killer.
Yeah.
The giant killer. Mopar guys, big black Mopar guys were afraid of 340 cars because
they would just hook.
Work.
Yeah.
They worked. What do we got?
Able territory. Dr. Art, did you see that panel being held by a Democratic Trump's congressional thing? Yeah, turn the skills in the EV. Yeah, they were all like, yeah.
Turn skills into EV. That just went right over my head. Joe K, any plans to Dino mission improbable with Bill? It's a motorcycle Dino. It would be very hard to get the Jeep on there.
It is an open gap. You can just put the one in there and it'll spin and tie
Yeah,
it down.
it would be something that would be very awkward, especially trying to get it through the doorway. The problems begin with getting it in the doorway. I was over there today, and we're actually going to try to shoot a video tomorrow night or Friday night. We're going to do some spark plug testing.
Leroy James, 836. Did you ever get your timing light back from Jamie?
No, I didn't get my timing light back from him.
Where is that guy? He's usually
Washington State.
I know where he physically lands, but he's usually pops in.
I haven't. Well, he was here last week.
Yeah,
That's Wednesday. He'll be here.
but that was last week. That's not today.
Well, it's true. He'll be here.
All
He'll be
right.
here.
Since we called him out, all of a sudden he'll go, put down the pizza and pick up the internet.
He never puts down the pizza. David Bird, you guys seen the new Edelbrock 750 VRS Holly copy? I did a whole video on it like 2 years ago. Yes. And Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage,
He just did a
video on it, and I don't know, they only made one pass with the Edelbrock carburetor, I think. And it went. They made a couple of passes with the Holly, and then they switched over and only made one pass with the Edelbrock, and it went quicker and faster with the Edelbrock on that one pass. And he was explaining that there was still other elements, other things to do with it. So interesting. Go look at Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage's last video. Mexican Spec is saying I put it into the universe. What did I put?
I don't know. You got some chickens or something you're throwing off a volcano into the universe, or
No, I don't know what I put into the universe, and I'm afraid of it.
oops. A-Barrel. How to identify a small block Chevy product? 1977 C15. Guy said he thought it was a 400 from the freeze plugs and something else. VIN and other plates say 350.
The VIN and other plates say 350.
Being a 77, it could have got swapped 20 times.
Yeah, honestly, it could be anything. See, it's only 400. The balancer should be a giveaway. Google pictures of a Chevy 350 balancer, okay, and then Google pictures of a Chevy 400 balancer.
Different.
Way different. That would be the easiest, the simplest, without crawling all over the engine to try to find numbers, casting numbers and whatnot. That would be the easiest way to tell the damper.
GMC Z06. No, it is not a green screen. It is an actual screen.
Yeah, no actual books.
Yeah.
I don't want to take one down.
Well, no, because then you'll hide the secret passage to the port.
Pork, yeah. The Jamie would come in.
Yeah, he will.
The wannabe mechanic, is there any particular type of hood scoop you think works best? Do you think they add any power? I did a whole video called The Scoop on Scoops. Talk about creative, Dr. Art.
Yes.
Yes. Where I talked about all of the different types of scoops and how they function. But if you could be more specific on what you're considering, I could probably give you some input on that. But I did a whole video back when I was a little kid called The Scoop on Scoops. Dude, I had so much fun. I see some of these older videos that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I was so much younger. You can tell I had
color in your hair.
I had color in my hair, color in my skin. I had muscle tone. It was crazy. It's like I've aged so much in just 7 years.
Well, being on television does that.
Marco says the backdrop really adds some class. Yes, this was Dr. Art's brainstorm. I came in here one day, I opened the door, poof, there I am in the bat cave.
Yeah, the bat
Alfred.
library. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alfred came in.
The bat library. The library's a little bit crooked, that's to say the least.
Mopar Man 78. Buddy stumbled across a late 60s Roadrunner sitting under a carport for 20 years. So elderly lady's husband drove it. It's a factory matching numbers front bench car
Automatic, 426 Hemi.
on the column.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's either gonna be a 68 or a 69, or it could be a 70. The bench seat was standard equipment on road runners. You have to order buckets, and yeah, automatic on the column is the standard way it would come. So that's not an unusual combination. That's probably the most common combination for a 68, 69, 426 Hemi road runner. Bench automatic on the column. Oh no, what did I do?
You're fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see it scrolling. It didn't.
It's fine.
Okay.
Breathe.
Scoop. I had the factory 70s Mach-1 scoop on my Mustang too, and all it did was give you some clearance, some hood clearance. That scoop's not going to take any air in.
No, that little. It's in the boundary layer.
In the boundary layer. And in some cases, a scoop like that's actually down in the boundary layer could actually work against you. A lot of people don't realize that because if depending on where it is in the boundary layer, depending on the front profile of the car, depending on the speed that you're going through your speed, and depending on where the top of that scoop is in relation to the boundary layer itself, okay, it could actually be creating a low pressure area.
It's sucking air.
It's sucking air out, right? Which is that a lot of cold. You can call it a cold air intake, right? But it's definitely not a ram air, right, or anything like that. And that's most of the scoops that were on cars in the 60s were not functional in that way. They opened up to cold air, okay, but they weren't functional for any type of ram air effect. The old under the bumper scoops were great. They worked. The AMC snorkel that they put on the Rambo Scrambler, excellent, right? That was high science of the day. The Chrysler, the 69 six-pack scoop is legit. The 72 340 scoop is legit. The 68 Hemi Dart and Cuda scoop, while they're not boundary layer scoops, they stand up tall enough that you do get some effect. But yeah, the scoops are really, it's a crazy topic. You know what we need to do is we need to take one of our cars and do that whole yarn thing. We tape yarn.
Oh, tape yarn all over it,
and then video it, just to show how different.
It'd be perfect on the Jeep because the Jeep's on a brick.
Yeah.
And you can see that, going 50 miles an hour down the freeway, the yarn on the hood is not moving.
Yeah, or it's going the other way.
Yeah, or standing straight up or something.
Yeah. Rocco says Kudos had a shaker, and that shaker was not a functional ram air scoop.
Todd R, 1968 Galaxy. Why can I only put a third of a
Tank of
fuel before the pump shuts off? Tank is new, filter neck is good. There is no provision for a vent anywhere.
Do you have an anti-siphon ball in there? So, in the when was I now? The 73, 74 era, during the gas crunch, right? The 73, 74 gas crunch, a lot of people were putting anti-siphon balls in their filler necks. So if the filler neck isn't open at the bottom, like there's a little trap there, sometimes, you know what I'm talking about, right? At the bottom of the filler neck, sometimes it'll have a bar that'll run across the bottom of it.
Mm.
You drop a ball in there and it keeps it from siphoning. There were kits for that too. It's possible. Check it out. You may have some kind of anti-siphoning thing.
But it's the stock tank in a 68 Galaxy, it's over the axle, and it should not be vented. It should be vented through the cap.
Yeah, it should be vented through the cap.
So you got, something weird going on.
Yeah. Let's see. Scoop is not a hood scoop fan anymore. Then why do you name yourself after them?
Maybe he likes ice cream.
Well, he's a reporter.
Scoop.
Scoop. Yes.
Scoop the reporter. The little hat, the little paper thing in his hat that says news.
No anti-siphon ball. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's
69 Charger.
okay.
Do you guys think that stable 360 will help the needle and seat not fail on holiday after 1 month or so not running, having problems now? Ethanol, now in Chevy 94. Expensive needle and seat. No. The stable will have absolutely zero effect on the needle and seat itself. Right? Because needle and seat itself is just a brass valve. Okay? What fails on those is the O-ring above it. Right? Now, you could have some crap in there. Look, it only takes a little tiny piece of like nothing to get into
A speck.
the spec. Right.
Speck of rust or anything, yeah. It'll...
But assuming that that's not the problem, you could usually dislodge it with just tap on the screwdriver, on the float ball, right by the adjuster. Just tap on it. You usually dislodge a little piece of schmutz that gets in there. But the O-ring right above it is what goes bad. That's what leaks after it sits. And no, I don't think stable is going to do any good. No. A new O-ring, and the O-ring, the replacement O-rings are ethanol proof. Let's see. Don't want to be a mechanic. I'm considering custom cutting an offset scoop on the driver's side of my Pinto's hood, like Dan Chan's 56 Chevy, Golden Chariot, something low profile, almost French in. No.
Like a Nakaduck. What he's thinking.
No, he's thinking about the Ford, the Ford dump truck scoop.
Oh.
The one that they put on the side of the dump truck that everybody was using in the early 60s. You know what I'm talking about?
Did he offset it on the hood or he wants to put it on the fender? It sounded to me like he just wanted
Offset
to offset
on the driver's side of his Pinto hood. So it's a 4-banger Pinto and he wants to
put it over the carburetor.
Over the carburetor. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get any ram air effect out of it. It's too low a profile. It's still down under the boundary layer. You'll get hood clearance for sure. You'll get cold air, which is better than breathing air from under the hood, but you're not going to get any type of ram air effect from it. You need to be at least, I'm going to say,
Pinto 4 inches.
Yeah, 3 or 4 inches. 3 or 4 inches above the level of the hood.
Get it out of that low pressure air that flows over the car.
Right.
It's like when you follow a semi truck down the road, your car it doesn't have all that resistance. It's because the truck takes the boundary layer and puts it over you. You're driving in your car and the wind goes, it hits it, and the wind goes up. It doesn't go smack along the hood.
Yeah.
It goes up and over the car.
So here's your hood. Here's the air. The air comes like this. It never really hits the very front of the car, right? It just grazes the very front, and then it comes up like this, and it floats over the hood a distance 2, 3, 4 inches, and then it hits the windshield. And when it hits the windshield, it splits. It goes down like this, and that's why Cowl induction hoods work, and that's why the vents are the HVAC vents are in the cowl there, because as that air comes to the front of the car, goes like this, rides over the top of the hood, it hits the windshield, half of it goes, or a third of it or so goes down and hits the cowl, and then the rest of it hits the windshield and goes like this, and it creates separate boundary layer on the roof of the car. And then that starts to create all kinds of weirdness at the top of the back window, which is why that's where you'll see these vortex generators and all kinds of other shit. And even some cars in like the 60s were playing, race cars were playing with spoilers, ducktails
on the roof,
on the back of the roof. Air does not work the way you think that it does on a car.
No, because air doesn't see the headlights, bumper, and stuff. Air sees the whole car as one unit.
Right.
So it comes in and it goes, oh, I have to deal with this now, and does weird shit to get around your car back into neutral where it wants to be.
Right.
Are you slowing? You got tops now?
Oh, I have a little bit of bugle left, so I'm trying to conserve that.
That's for the ride home.
That's for the ride home. Right. Straight bullet Ford Mach-1 shaker hood is the best. No, it's not. It doesn't do anything. It does zero. Like literally, I promise you, it does zero.
It's cool.
It's cool, but it does zero. Paul Shea is saying we had a super chat. I missed a super chat. Thank you, Paul. No, it didn't, Paul. And if I did, it was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
It's like another lifetime. Did anybody super chat us? Oh, Jimmy Loose. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I don't know. I didn't see that. I hope you're still with us. Can you please tell me what the springs around the cable are on the outside of the factory front drum part? Sure. Oh, okay. Okay. He's talking about the big spring that goes around
the drum.
The drum, right? It's like literally it's as big in diameter as the drum. It's for anti squeal, not squeal, ringing, right? Because under certain circumstances, the drum brakes will actually ring, right? That's a sound I remember very, very from the old days, right? Where you'd be in traffic, people would be slowing down, and you hear coming from the front, and it's the drum actually ringing, and so vibrating. Yes, sound just exactly like that. And so we put this big round springer on the outside to keep it from vibrating.
So yeah, leave it out.
You can leave it out. And it generally probably won't make noise. That was one of those things that they just did to just in case. Just in case. Most won't make any noise at all.
Warghost, I'm itching to build a street rod 66 Newport with a 440. How much power can a 10-to-1 compression intake exhaust cam make? How fast can a full weight street Newport with that engine do in a quarter mile?
66 Newport is a ballpark 4,500 pound car.
Easy.
Right. Yeah. Because 67 Fury was 4,040 pounds, bare stripper, right, with a 318. So 440, and you when it's 4,500 pounds, figure ballpark. How much power can you make with a 10-to-1 motor? Now you see being very vague, intake, exhaust, cam, engine make, because like you can do intake, exhaust, cam and make 1,000 horsepower, or you can do intake, exhaust, cam and make 400 horsepower. I don't know. I would say typical street engine, okay, like a normal street engine. So a cam you can live with, and you can deal with in traffic, and won't foul plugs, and you don't need a 4,000 RPM converter. So a streetable cam, and they take like an Aerodynamic Performer or anything like that. Typical street tool plane.
750.
That'd be small, 850.
Yeah.
Like an 850 Holly, or even an 800 Edelbrock. You're gonna make it. If it's tuned well, you'll make an honest 425 horsepower. 400 headers, right? 425 horsepower is for a properly tuned engine is very realistic. So do the math then. Go to a calculator, power speed calculator, and put that in. 4,500 pounds, 425 horsepower, and it'll spit out what the theoretical numbers should be. Joe K, what about the shaker hood on the Trans Ams? The opening faced backwards, and some of them were blocked off. They were all blocked off. Oh no, they weren't all blocked off. Earlier ones had that trap door.
Yeah.
Those scoops are as useful as tits on a bull. They do absolutely nothing, right? And if anything, because they're under the boundary layer, could be detrimental in that they will actually suck air out from the available air that the engine has to breathe would be a lower pressure than it should be without that scoop. So it's a decorative thing.
Yeah, it's effective as the big bird on the hood to make it fly.
Right. Now, Pontiac scoops, the scoops that they use like on the Formula Firebirds, those actually work.
Those nose ones?
Yeah.
The Cool, 1970 with the
Yep.
snorkel. Yeah, those are out in front. That's eating air.
Yeah.
Should have named this a scoop show.
There's a lot to scoops, man.
I know.
And the reason that shaker won't work in boundary, as far as a cowl hood would go, is it's too far away from the base of the windshield. Right? For a cowl scoop to work, it has to be really no more than, let's say, 6 inches or so. The opening of it has to be like no more than 6 inches or so from the base of the windshield.
See, I have a question about this too, because this affects you and some other people. Mike Frey said, folks say the grump lump scoops worked really well. Because you have one on Sledgehammer.
I got one.
And I'm always like, the velocity stacks aren't that far off from the inside of that thing.
There's enough. The grump lump scoop it's a fresh air scoop. It's really, depending on where you situate it. If it's far enough back where it's against the windshield, yes. Okay. In those days, it had engine setback, right? Or I should say, the cars that those scoops originated on, there was some engine setback. So the base of that scoop did get very close to the windshield, and so there was some benefit to it. On Sledgehammer, it's too far from the windshield for that to actually have any type of cowl effect. But it does the job of isolating the top of the carburetors from turbulent air, from negative pressure. So basically, it's just for carburetor clearance on that particular engine. Jamie, Dad Dodge Garage is here.
See?
Dude, we decorated, and look, we did the lighting just for you
Because
you're aces.
we're just trying to keep up.
Trying to keep up. I want to be like Jamie. He sent me, he's got, I don't know if he wants to talk about it. He picked up an engine and got it running that I thought was really cool.
Is that his latest video? I see.
He texted it to me. I don't know. Did he?
I seen the thumb for it, but I didn't get a chance to look
What
at
was
it.
on it?
It looked like an engine in the back of a station wagon or something.
Okay, I'm not gonna. Jamie, did you do a video on that? Okay, you released a video today. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he picked up. So it was.
Yeah, the Soto 276.
Yeah. It sounded good. It sounded really good.
You know, Jamie went completely. He left the zoo and went crazy.
He's stepping out away from the rest of us.
Yes.
He's leaving us behind.
He got into Z cars.
I saw that. I like Z cars.
He tortured himself with a Z car, and
I had 2 of them way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Stray Bullet, Tony needs to build a wind tunnel to prove out his theories. Stray Bullet, these are not theories. I'm spitting facts, indisputable facts that have been proven out by science over and over and over again. No theories here, bro. But if it's a theory, I'll tell you it's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spitting facts, nothing but facts on that.
Stephen Paul, 68 Z28 Camaro with a plenum induction, kind of like.
Yeah.
It's nothing more than closed air cleaner with ductwork routed to the passenger side firewall. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's you're getting all the air from the windshield.
That's the setup that I have on Mission Improbable.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly that, right? I ran the ductwork to the air box or the plenum under the cowl, and it's pulling air exactly the same way that 68 Z28 did.
Jeremy Ed Smith.
Well, I was looking at Jamie's
Oh,
thing
okay.
there. He's saying, yeah, my ears were burning. Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Runs great, but 120 plus PSI oil pressure is a problem. Oh, bro, this is the bypass is stuck.
Yeah.
The bypass is stuck closed. What was the thing?
Ed Smith. Jeremy Ed Smith.
Yes, eons ago, like About the same time that I was hanging around with Bernie Golick. 1988, 1987, 1988.
He said, "Yep, need to drop the pan." Yep.
Yeah, and it's just, bro, it's a 318 oil pump. It's a regular small block oil pump.
He probably has 75 or 77 of those on the shelf.
Probably.
Rocco, Art, did you discuss plans for Scribbles? No, I didn't. You're going to have to wait till maybe Monday or Tuesday.
You'll be shocked and amazed at what he has in mind.
And you'll be like, oh, that's the coolest thing I ever could think of. Yes, because it is.
That's right, Jamie. Yeah, the drive is different. You're right. The back, the gear and the rotor and all of that is exactly the same. But yeah, you're right. Let's see. Add more scribbles to scribbles.
No, I think, well, I'll just hush on that. What's going to happen to him?
RZ Sniper 7. Do ducktails really work on a G body? Any tips? You're talking about a rear spoiler? Is that what
Yeah, like those extended Lumina wings, yes.
It again, see, it depends on the speed that you're talking about, right? A lot of that has to do with ground clearance, how much air is going under the car, and the speed, and that would dictate the length and the angle of that rear wing or ducktail. Yes, they do work. No, you would never see a difference at highway speeds or anything like that. But if you're trying to stick a small tire car, at 160 miles an hour, yeah.
You want your parachute to come out and not
right, and of course, you want your parachute to actually come out
and not just tumble in the
right
disruptive air behind the car. You want it
to. Straight any opinions on the scoops on the 1970s Can-Am heavy cars? Which ones are you talking about now? Like on the Challenger TA? Yes, Challenger TA had a good functional scoop.
Because it was lifted off, the opening gets separated from a boundary layer. I was working on that one today.
Oh my.
The 70 Charger TA.
Oh, okay. What are you doing to it?
Putting the motor back together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You're familiar with that car. Yeah. It's all that shit came back. Yes.
Okay. You shot video on that?
Yeah, the short ones.
I am
gonna. It'll be finished tomorrow.
Betty Carfano, what was the purpose of the scoop on this Superbird front fender? That was okay. On the street car, it serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever. Right? On the race car, to get the nose down, right? Because remember, there was a lot of downforce built into the nose of that car. And the 12 diameter wheels, it was actually to give clearance to the top of the tire and some cooling effect to the tire. Give a place for the hot air that's trapped inside the wheel well and from the braking and the tire, give it a chance, a place to go. So on a street car, they did absolutely nothing, but on the race car, they were pretty functional.
Leroy James again. Have a 318 in my 1990 D150 with a Holley sniper system. Should I dump the money into it for cam and heads or just get a 360? We get a Magnum 360 and throw a cam in that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Cost for cost. Yeah, I mean, like you got to do something with weighting the converter on that 360. That's probably the better way to go, providing you can find a solid 360 for the cost of what, and you should be able to, for what the cost of the head and camera guy. Mm-hmm.
Tim Miller got a 1992 Ram LE 1500. Trucker Patina Red. Run great, was buddies for years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. My brother James, stop it. Tony, if you ever had to get a job, what field would you go into? Crime. I would go right into some sort of criminal activity.
Yeah, because you're just going to forget to show up to the job.
Ron Armstrong just checked in on a couple of guys staring at the screen. Good to see you. Though. Good to see you.
Well, you're staring at your screen. We're staring right back. We knew you were coming.
We're trying to make eye contact, man. You know?
Make you feel comfy.
Let's see. 72 Z28. I bet Tony would be good at running moonshine. No, I would make the moonshine. I don't want to run the moonshine. Let somebody else do that. Clatra 01. I'm running a Rotella 1040 in my 390. Yes. I've heard good and bad. Any oil recommendations for us old flat tappet people? That's what I use. I use the Rotella.
Yeah, and it's cheap and good.
Yep. And Delvac is another one.
And if you get it on Amazon, it's cheaper than any of the parts stores.
Yeah. Yep. So Rotella or Delvac, simple diesel oils. They have just enough zinc to keep a flat tappet cam happy. Let's see. I'm staring at the thing again.
Yeah.
Yes. Barrows. Industrial mechanics is a good field to get into and easy to get if you drive rat rod job to your interview. Rat rods will get you everywhere, right? Defund the EPA, Stray Bullet says. Don't worry about it. It's all going. It's all going. All those agencies, everything, all gone. All as good as gone. Just give it time. Moving forward.
Bill McKeiska.
Thank you, Bill. Tony, you're partially right about the fender scoops on the wing cars. At high speed, they would evacuate air being packed into the wheel well so well that the nose cone would work more. Okay, that's an addition to it, yes. So that the nose cone would work more efficiently and provide more downforce. So thank you for the super chat, Bill. So that goes, what he just said there is exactly what I was referring to, like with the Trans Am scoop, the backward facing shaker. It would be an evacuation scoop, so the scoops that are on the Superbirds, they're facing backwards. So that as the air goes over them, it creates a low pressure area and gets the heat out from that wheel well, right? Well, the scoop that they put on the hood of the Trans Ams is exactly the same thing. It's about the same height, same basic size and shape. And it's not going to put air into the engine. It's going to actually create a situation where it evacuates. And another example of that would be the Ford teardrop scoop, which I did a whole video on that because people use those things backwards. The teardrop scoop is never supposed to be used as a scoop.
It lets hot air out.
Right. It's an evacuation device. All of the cars that had the Ford teardrop scoop had the headlights, had the ductwork from the headlights and a closed air cleaner. And then the teardrop just made hood clearance for the air cleaner and evacuated hot air from under the hood. Straight Bullet says we need wind tunnel data to prove all this out. The wind tunnel data has been out there for 60 years, bro. Just go find it. It's all there. Every aerodynamic study that's ever been done on any of these cars, on any of these scoops, is all out there. It's all common information. Just do a binge, right, on scoops and aerodynamics, and you can find all copies of the research papers with engineers' drawings and circular, like this is where the wind goes, and all that stuff is out there.
Yeah, Google the basics of aerodynamics in fighter jet design.
Yeah, well, it goes back to that. Exactly.
And this will explain everything to you. It's a long read. It's very good, but it'll explain why shapes are and how wind works and all that kind of stuff.
let's see. But of course, finally, the Buick GS hood scoops work. Not as those were facing. Those are odd shaped scoops. Only to let cool air in. It's a cold air system, not a ram air system. And the Pontiac systems that are labeled ram air are not ram air. The only ram air that Pontiac setup that I could think of would be the Formula Firebirds. That was pretty close. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Oldsmobiles had those under the bumper ram air. I forget what the W designation was for those, but those worked. Let's see.
Is it daylight savings time?
I hope it is.
Because that's what Mark is saying.
And well, no, doesn't that happen on the solstice?
No, that's the solstice.
What's solstice?
Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the bunnies and the eggs.
Right, but that's when we set the clocks.
Okay, that might be, that's like the 22nd or something.
Yeah, so 21st.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next week.
Or Eric Wilson was saying Saturday night. It's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Everyone's saying it's this weekend, which is nice.
So the Hindenburg, I spent the last couple of days fixing little things. So now all the electrics are done, except for I need a voltage regulator. Do you have the voltage regulator that came out of Big Richard?
Yeah, you need it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't have. I looked everywhere. I don't have any. I don't want to use an old one rather than take a gamble on some Chinese.
It's unless I threw it away, it's on. You can have the alternator for it too if you need one.
I'll take it. It's free for me.
Yeah.
I ran the fuel line. Tomorrow I got to get the tank filled.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the battery in it, and it's ready to make smoke.
Oh, it's all tired up and ready and everything.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So this weekend we'll have some action with that car.
It's like will the Hindenburg do a burnout type thing?
Yes. Well, I don't even know if it's going to move under its own power yet. Everything is.
It will.
I hope. We'll find out. Hot Rod Cabbie, is the supply drying up on Tony's magical Mopar Gold? No.
No, he's still got Raptors in storage and.
No, I think he's talking about like content. Okay, so
Go ahead.
You gotta understand something, right? Back in the 1980s, right? So 1985, right? Just be specific now. I started Mopar, High Performance Mopar magazine. Okay, 1985. This is what 40
years ago.
40 years ago. Okay, 40 years ago. And at that point,
half of them weren't even born then.
Yeah, 40 years ago, right? 4 full decades. How many people have been born and died in that time? How many nations have risen and fallen in that time? Okay, 40 years ago, I was cranking out Mopar material, Mopar Gold, right? There's still people. There's people who collect those magazines today because of the stuff that's in them, right? Now. Fast forward to today, right? 40 years later, I'm writing or doing videos about the same cars, the same tech, the same ideas, the same freaking history as I was doing 40 years ago, right? Can I have a little bit of a break? You know what I mean? Can I expand a little bit past that? Please? No, it's not that I have run out of Mopar Gold. It's that I have covered, really all of the high spots. There's what else do you want? I cover the high spots and the low spots. How much Slant 6 shit did I do over the course of the time doing this channel?
Great, yeah, and it's like Slant 6 material, really, but yeah, people love it. And now it's Jamie's turn.
Now it's Jamie's turn. Yes, let Jamie pick up and
we get to do new stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not interesting, but new stuff.
Oh, how I can't be. Oh, I'm sorry, Tony. Parts, Tony. I don't doubt that. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yes, I am running out of parts because I've been getting rid of stuff because I'm 62, right? And I don't know how much longer I've got, and I don't want to die with piles of shit everywhere. So yes, I've been getting rid of cars. I've been getting rid of parts. I've been getting rid, like you name it. I'm trying to pare it down to just the stuff that I'm going to work with for the next couple of few years. And then this way, when I drop dead, there's not going to be like huge, crazy piles of shit everywhere, right?
Kevin just has to sell off a few cars and
She'll call up Jamie. Jamie, come and get it.
yeah, bring the flatbed and the trailer. Right. Yeah, the Ram truck and the trailer and take all the stuff away.
Barrows, I'm thinking you're up and coming Chevy contact. Yes. So Ducky sent me a picture of the engine. It's been liberated from the back of his garage, the block, and it should be here tomorrow. And as soon as I got it here, we're going to do a side by side, right? Big block Chevy, 426 Hemi, right? Because I don't think I've ever seen that comparison.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So we're going to put a 426 Hemi block and a 454 Chevy block side by side and compare the two. And that'll, with any luck, I might be able to do that tomorrow. Garage 54 is building engines underwater. God bless those guys. Mopar Man was in Books A Million and Barnes and Noble and hardly any car magazines anymore. Like people got offended over them. Dude, there's no car magazines anymore.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. It's a dead genre, man. It's over. Here, this is the car magazine. You're literally in a car magazine right now.
Yeah, because there's only so many times you pick up a car craft and it's the same freaking Camaro on the cover. What did we swap into it this week? Oh, there's a different small, blah blah.
Camaro craft.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Gonzalez says model railroad magazines. They have. I mean, yeah. There's some stuff out there, but nowhere near
what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Timothy Ortel, HO for life. I like HO. I think that's the.
See, I think that's what might happen to that back garage.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Just cut it and.
That could be cool.
Make it a trade room.
That could be cool.
I still got the front of the garage with the lift. Put all this shit out there.
That could be cool. Let's see. $880 Cobra Guy. Quit buying magazines when muscle Mustangs and fast Fords cost over $10. Please, I know. So muscle Mustangs and fast Fords was Cars Illustrated. When I started Cars Illustrated in 1985, and then when I went over to Harris in 1988, I left CSK Publishing, and they changed the title of Cars Illustrated to Muscle Mustangs and Fast Fords because we were doing so much Mustang stuff in that magazine, and it lasted. It was one of the last of them out there. $10 a copy, though.
Dude, that's all I had.
Yeah, and look what you got for free. Look at this.
Look at this, free. Absolutely free. You could leave a like, and they're not doing that bad tonight.
Oh wow, that's it. Only 100 likes.
Yeah, but we jumped the shark with viewers. So.
Well, that's true. Yes.
So 100 on that many. Okay.
Let's see. 72Z28. Internet killed magazines. It's much like newspaper and TV news. Listen, there are certain things that needed to be killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are certain things that needed to die. Mexican Spec Tony, how many viewers do you lose every Wednesday? Well, no, the Wednesday nights don't lose subs. The Sunday nights lose subs. I mean, it's always 5 or 6. I don't think we lose subs on Wednesdays because there's a smaller crowd on Wednesdays.
Right, they kind of know what to expect when they come on Sundays,
Right.
and then it's dogs and things and Tang and the gas mask was a nice little.
Oh, the rear mask?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't worn that since '98, and I had flashbacks.
Oh, when you had it in, you were like, oh.
As soon as I went to Velcro behind my head, it was like, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Get it? Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I'm in my living room. Mexican spec. I missed the gas mask. It wasn't a gas mask. It was the breather mask. My old breather mask from the race car. It's on the thumbnail from last Sunday night. But yeah, that set off all kinds of weird like subconscious like it triggered all sorts of like
the smell in your head. It's like nitro.
For a couple of seconds, it was very, very weird.
Mm-hmm. Thunderstruck 666. How much nitrous would you spray on a stock Chevy 454?
The rule of thumb with regular production engines is between 100 and 150 horse. Because it depends on the ring gap. That's the thing that gets you. For short bursts, like eighth mile, right? 150 horse is pretty safe. A quarter mile, I would say keep it to the 100 side. Because what happens is if you don't open the gaps, if there isn't enough ring gap with the nitrous, there's so much heat at the ring will start to expand to the point that the ends butt against each other, buckle, and that breaks the piston. So for an engine, a street engine with stock ring gaps, 100 to 150 horse shot is about all you want to push it to. I'm sure some engines you can go further. I'm sure really super high mileage engines with a lot of ring wear can take out a ton of nitrous. But rule of thumb, 100 to 150 horsepower is kind of safe.
No. Are E85 and nitrous friends? Yep. Yeah, because the 85 is a good octane. Yeah.
Are they friends or are they lovers?
They might be friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. There you go. Well,
Is model glue the same as in the 70s? We used to smell it.
so I think
Your brain clicked on model glue and spelling, and it just went,
I got stories that I can't tell. Oh Jesus! My friend Louis Scum and I, we were teenagers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like legit, like real punks, okay? Delinquents. And his sister was having a party, right? And his sister was very normal.
Okay.
And had like very normal people coming over. And she was like, you guys stay away.
Right? Scummy teenagers.
Yeah, you guys stay out of here. So, okay, because I have to be careful what I talk about. I have to be respectful for the fact that there are people with families and kids watching.
Right.
But the story includes wax paper bag from Chinese egg rolls,
Mm-hmm.
okay, airplane glue, testers,
Model airplane glue.
model airplane glue, and the entire, at the supermarket, gas
Mhm.
market thing it was, the entire whipped cream section.
So whippets and
Careful. Yeah, I'm serious. I want to be respectful of people who have kids that are watching this. But yeah, it was.
It was a good time.
I hit the wall that night. You ever hit the wall?
Yeah.
Where you're just like the earth just crashes into your forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit it that night.
Yeah.
Kathy Bananas. I have to be careful with Kathy Bananas. She's always like, she knows what, I gotta give her credit. I start to run off a little bit and she knows where to drag it back, so. But I think I was cool that time.
Jeff Hutchins, with an engine like a 318 with a piston 100,000 in the hole, or 10th of the hole.
No, it's 100.
Yeah.
Uh,
Be more tolerant of boost and nitrous, mostly in regards to heat and ring gap.
I would think it would be safer on nitrous. See, the thing with nitrous is that you get nitrogen, right? Which is, okay, so the supercharger is heating the air, right? It's heating the air because the supercharger itself is hot, and then the process of compressing the air makes heat. So you've got heat every step of the way, and then that hot air fuel is now being introduced into a hot chamber or a hot port, and then hit the hot valve and entering a hot chamber. So heat is a problem with boost. That's why you've got to run as fat as you do, okay? So nitrous oxide comes with the benefit of nitrogen. So when the nitrous oxide hits your intake manifold, it breaks into those two parts, oxygen and nitrogen. And the nitrogen cools everything, super cools things. The oxygen allows you to burn more fuel, right? So I would say you're probably safer with nitrous in any given combination than you are with boost, as far as ring gap goes. Uh-oh. We're
What?
staring at the screen again.
Yeah, it happens.
But people are going to tune in and they're like, why are these guys just staring at the screen?
Well, because people tune in and we're like, hello.
Divo, yes. Divo is a great band. People didn't get Divo back in the day. I got them right away.
They were just weird.
I love them. Oh, they were
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Divo and Elvis Costello were
Oh, I couldn't stand Elvis Costello.
his first two albums.
Yeah.
They were fucking amazing, and then he went downhill from that point. He was good. This year's model, and what was the other one? The first two, and then he did one with Oliver's Army in it, and then it started to slide down to this Burt Bacharach type of thing.
Oh. There's a girl living in a Durango, packed to the gills with junk. She moves when they put the "Tow This Junk" sticker on the window.
There's a lot of people living in vehicles these days.
Yeah.
Driveway of Misfits agrees with me. Divo was awesome. What was that called now? See, they were so ahead of their time, right? They knew they were really ahead of their time. The corporate national anthem. They did a lot of good stuff. And I hated that song with it. It was the only one out of their whole thing. I was just like, can't listen to that.
Well, it was overplayed.
Yeah.
Keep them entertained, Tony. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm gonna keep them going. I guess we're gonna talk about Divo, right? 80 Cobra Guy Divo was hot rod music for me. Yes, I agree. Divo and the cars. Cars are too commercial. The cars and Cheap Trick and I don't know. There were a bunch of bands that were in that kind of that genre where Divo fell more into the Talking Heads end of the spectrum. That's right. They were not men. They were Divo. Let's see. Ty, greetings from Montana. Greetings. Love the channel. Building up my 1990 Chevy Silverado. Currently, all are an inspiration. Thank you, brother. I'm glad we can be of service.
Who's inspired?
This
guy.
Yes, Ty.
Ty
from Montana.
Nice.
Moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss tycoon. Zappa.
Okay.
With my zircon encrusted tweezers. Oscar Gonzalez, thank you for the super chat. Should spark plug threads have anti-seize? Cast iron aluminum block? Is a Crown Vic block cast iron? One of my plugs shot out some time ago. You don't use anti-seize on an iron head. You can use anti-seize on the aluminum head.
Yes, it would be recommended.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, and there's a way to apply it, right? You're supposed to go along the ground strap. You go up 2 threads or so from the ground strap, and then you apply just a slight line of it, a tiny line of it, and then screw it in. You gotta be really careful with anti-seize.
Because it gets everywhere. You're just a big silver monkey if you just open the can.
Well, it melts its way down into a combustion chamber, and it'll start it conducts electricity. So it'll start to ground the spark if it migrates down into the chamber. And it will migrate down into the chamber if you have enough going on there. Anthony Barber, don't forget Gigi. Oh, Gigi Allen. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's where I'm from, man. That's Gigi Allen. Paul Shea votes no on anti-seize. He's anti-anti-seize.
The Tin Man stuff gets everywhere. Yes, it does. It's got its own. It's like you let the genie out of the bottle every time you open up the can of that stuff, and it's like.
But it serves a purpose.
Yes.
It does serve a purpose.
T-Top's cool or just leaky mess? I think they're cool. I've had.
I think they're a leaky mess. I'm not crazy about it. I don't like the way they make a car feel.
Too jello-y?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The last car I had was a 75 Oldsmobile Cutlass W30 or W25, one of the two. And it was black with T-tops and the swivel seats and stuff like that. Cool car way back. This was 30 years ago, but yeah, I like the T-tops.
To me, it's like just have a convertible. If you're gonna go.
Oh yeah, convertible is nicer, but it's kind of like this was the 80s.
Yeah.
Machismo. Yeah.
Right.
I got my T-tops.
Your shirt.
Yeah. And the necklace. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Let's see. You can paint an entire car with one bottle of anti-seize.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Kathy Banana sent you a video.
Kathy Banana sent the video. Means we're in trouble.
Yeah, we did something.
I did something wrong.
Maybe it's just you this time.
Let's see. It's hard to work like this.
Is it dogs or aliens?
I'm gonna have to show these guys. Oh, jeez. So,
Dog found a new toy.
This is the current scene at my house. Wait, the ring light is in the way. She's not so much drinking out of the bowl. She's like splashing it.
Yeah.
That's my Molly. Oh, God. She's 3 months now, 3 months in a week.
digging in the bowl. Yeah. I can put all the lids down until they figure out how to put the lids up. And yeah.
$69 Charger. Thank you. Love the show. Thank you.
Thank you. $69 Charger.
Going on, Greasy Garage. Let's see. Ron Armstrong. What the hell? We listened to Art Flush 2 minutes ago, and now we're looking at dog toilet videos. Got to give it to you. You keep it interesting.
That's right.
You know, if you're going to circle the toilet, you go
Gonna,
all the way.
Yeah.
Just send it,
Mm-hmm. Embrace the bowl. Because it's coming.
Antonio Gonzalez. Is there such a thing as drilling blind holes on the flywheel to balance a 360? Don't even try. Don't even attempt it. So they drilled 3 big holes in the back of a 360 flywheel to balance. Okay. The size of them, the depth of them is like got to be exact. I know people. I don't. Not that I know people. I've had hand balanced flywheels pass through my hands over the years, and twice I used them and ended up with like really weird high RPM like
vibration,
like
weird stuff.
Yeah, where it just doesn't feel right. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It doesn't shake you like right.
It just
it just doesn't. 4,000, 5,000 RPM, and it's like you can feel the tension going on back there.
And it makes everything unhappy.
Yeah. Just they sell flywheels now that have weight kits. Just do that. Make life easy for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Can't the machine shop balance the flywheel? By the time you're done with drilling the holes, to get the rough balance weight and then bringing it to the machine shop to get it finely balanced, because there's no way the machine shop is gonna. It's too much, right? They would laugh at you and say, "Go get a different flywheel," right? There's too much work involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the rough work and then you pass those to machine work to do the fine work. Your cost and your time involved in that, just go get a freaking flywheel.
And don't buy a Chinese flywheel.
Right. If you brought it to the machine shop and you said, "Here, balance this for me," they'd be like, "Go buy a flywheel. What's the matter with you?"
Mm-hmm. Who came up with Hindenburg?
That was one of our viewers.
Was it one? Was it?
Yeah, one of our viewers.
Sunday or Wednesday?
No, it was in the comments. I done in the video.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
I need a name for this thing.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because people call it what was it now? Everybody wanted to name it like after Hank Hill.
Oh,
right, King of the Hill.
Yeah,
right. And I was like, no, I can't say that I'm going to go to the garage and flog on Hank.
Right.
That's not going to happen. Okay. So people suggesting like Peggy, right? But who's going to put that together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then somebody suggested Hindenburg, and I was like, it's a gas. It's not nitrogen, but it's gas.
Right.
And now I got to have Kathy letter it, right? So like the class designations like A gas,
yeah.
B gas, C gas. I'm going to have her on the rear on the C pillar.
Mm-hmm.
Put in BBQ/gas.
Pertinent information. Evening. Is there a big block to small block trans adapter plate out there? Can't seem to find one for a 383.
No. The only difference between like a big block and a small block 727 is the case itself, right? So if you've got a good small block transmission, just get a big block case, a 727 case, and I mean you can always find them at spot meets and whatnot, $50, $75, and just swap the guts over. Joe K. Tony has lots of simultaneous projects: Mission Improbable, Bottle Rocket, The Mule, Bill's Dino, Maxine, Lucky Chevy. Yeah, so I'm old and wore out. So go figure. You know what I mean? Go figure.
Oh, since we're talking about projects and stuff like that,
Hmm.
it's official. Come Saturday, Big Richard's for sale.
You should let the people know.
Big Richard is for sale. Check your marketplace, National Marketplace. Saturday morning.
Big Richard, up for grabs.
Comes with its own free T-shirt and videos. So when you buy it, I will give you a slightly used but lovingly cared for and washed Big Richard T-shirt, along with the title. You just have to give me a bunch of money,
There you go.
and you can drive away or trailer away.
So if you're interested in Big Richard, hit the Nashville
Marketplace Saturday
Marketplace.
morning, and be the first one there with cash. How much I don't know, but bring all you have, and maybe I'll take it.
What was this here? Porsche, the big block has a bigger drum on the 727. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. They come in all different varieties. 340, 360, 727s have the same guts as a 383 4-barrel. You know, they did have lighter duty 727s in, let's say, B-body cars, like 318 B-body cars and C-body cars. But no, you can't really make a blanket statement like that. The fact is, the guts will swap from one transmission to the other. But there's no telling, just two random transmissions, there's no telling which one they came from. All those parts are going to be interchangeable. Carb EQ on the other. I hope not. Straight bullet start the bidding at $50. Yeah, why don't you do a do a waffle with it?
A raffle?
Well, you can't call it a raffle. That's
It's called a waffle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's going for sale this Saturday, and it's going to go this weekend. That's what's the happening is.
Paul Shea is saying the bands were different. Paul, okay, you've got a light duty 727 that would come, let's say, in a 318 Fury, right, from a 67 318 Fury. And then you've got a heavy duty 727 that would have come, let's say, on a 340 Dart, okay, versus a 383 2-barrel or a 383 4-barrel, right? 727. So it's like, yes, some of the bands are different, but if you're changing everything as a unit, it all swaps from one case to the other.
Ty, doing a TBI to carb swap on my 350. Well, I need a new manifold. If it's a 4-barrel manifold, well, you may need an adapter for the TBI unit.
Yeah, well, what manifold do you have, Ty?
If it's a stock quadrijet one, yeah, you need adapter, but
Doing a TB2 carb swap. So in other words, he's taking the throttle body injector off and putting a carburetor on.
oh, that little.
Right.
If you do the 2-barrel, but the holes are different.
Yeah, so Paul, what I was saying to him was if he wants to put a 383 in, but he's got the stuff for a small block, and I was just saying get a 383 case or a big block case and just take the stuff that's in his current transmission and just swap the guts over and it'll all fit in. Stephen S. Paul saying that's a bit cringe. Come get Big Richard. I agree. But let's see.
It comes with a T-shirt to clean up after.
On that note, Brian Power, what are the odds the tail shaft housing is salvageable on a 727 after seizing up on the highway, splitting the case front to back, and grenading the yoke. I don't think I trust it.
No.
I don't think I would trust it.
If the rest of the trans is scrap, just.
Yeah, no.
No, it's not. No. Throw it away, burn it.
I wouldn't take a chance on it.
No.
At least for a high performance thing, right? Like if it's just like a driver, then you're probably fine. But yeah, anything high performance, it's been stressed. It's been really badly stressed. I would.
There's enough 727 shells out there for $50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Action Spec is asking, did I sell scribbles to Dr. Art, or are you just putting fuel injection on it for him? I was going to be. No, I'm passing it on to him. He's going to do whatever he's going to do with it, and then we'll get together and figure out what happens afterwards.
Right. This is it's just moving from one.
Right. It's sitting here.
Sitting area to the
partner
next.
is doing absolutely nothing, so it can sit in his place and something happens to it.
Yeah.
And then he's in control of it, and whatever he wants to do with it at the end, that's whatever it'll be, will be.
And there's plans.
He has plans. He has
Plans.
fancy
It's plans. It's completely plausible.
Yes.
And it has direction. So
Yes.
It should be a success.
Should be a success.
Right? I mean.
And there's lots of potential there. There's a
Right.
lot of good stuff on that.
It'll have a purpose.
And then I'm going to leave it to you to find the mystery sound.
Oh, in underneath in the
It
trim.
has a crazy sound, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah. I've heard the sound, so.
Let's see. Another drift car?
Another?
Oh, he's thinking about the purple Chevy.
The purple Chevy's a drift car.
That's gonna be a drift car.
Okay.
That's gonna be a drift car.
Okay. Because Ducky needs to be going sideways.
Ducky needs to go sideways.
The whole parking lot's just going to be one big, like, hoonigan course now.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I wish we had a scene like that around here.
Well, I'll call John and just have him pave the rest of it. And then, because you got the pond, and then you could just make a left after the pond and go right back into Ducky's parking lot. Up, hill, and over, just make a big circle. And
That would be fun.
yes.
He won't do that.
Why not?
Because he's a businessman. He doesn't need a bunch of middle-aged
He's got money to burn.
delinquents. He does, but he doesn't need a bunch of middle-aged delinquents tearing his. Well, maybe he does. I'll talk to him. I can talk to him.
Yeah, talk to him. Yeah.
Timothy Ortel, when's the early Charger going for sale? My estate. There are certain cars and motorcycles I'm holding on to. Like they just, when I finally say, oh, okay, I'm done with YouTube, there's most of what I have is going to go. But there are a few things I'm going to hold on to for the long haul. So my Roadrunners, the Charger, my motorcycles, the ones that are at the house, they all stay. And then the rest of the stuff goes. And then I open a dog rescue because that's my ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm. Pertinent information. Which is physically smaller, a 360 or a Gen 3 Hemi? Let me think. Yes.
No, the 360 is physically smaller.
Yeah, you can fit a 360 inside the shell of a.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mrs. Laney, we should do like the like the cool kids do on TV and get one of those little Predator lawnmower engines and power Mrs. Laney with a 212.
I don't have the time for that. I can't get the stuff that I've got done.
Because you keep bringing home more Jeeps.
But I love the Jeeps. The Jeeps are, they're,
You only need 4 and you have 6.
No, but I need my daily driver.
Right, and so is Kathy, so that's 2.
Well, yes, but then I need backups because they're dailies.
Okay, so that's 3.
Right.
And mission and problem 4. That's it.
What about my tow Jeep? If I don't have a dedicated tow vehicle,
That gets doubled as a backup daily.
no, because I got all my stuff in there and
Oh, because stuff is so hard to.
And then I need a 4-wheel drive.
The black one, you could daily that while you're.
I do, and so that's backup number 2. If one of the dailies go down, you know what I'm saying? I need all the Jeeps I have. They get used. All of them get used. And the one that I was going to use for parts, these guys said they wanted to see that de-evolution project.
Well, did you do a handoff on that, or no?
No, I'm not doing a handoff, but I do have a guy who has a YouTube channel. I don't want to mention him here now.
Okay.
But he wants to get involved. He thinks it'll be a fun project. He's already into Jeeps.
Okay.
So, yes. But I have just enough. I have just enough.
Katie Banana is a cohort. Yeah.
She knows good things when she sees them. Let's see. 80 Cobra Guy. What is the limit of a single feed Holly at a solid 7 psi? I'm using a single feed 750 for air cleaner and hood height issues. You mean you have, okay, wait. So a double feed, so using a vacuum secondary 750 is what you're saying?
Yes. Just like we got on. Sliding some of those, but
No.
750.
No, oh, wait a second, no, he's got a 750 and he swapped over side hug float poles. Here's what he did. Is that right? Any Cobra Guy, give me the specifics of what you've done there with the carburetor. Stephen S. Cole, we all need 6 backup cars for Christ's sakes. Let me tell you something, right? This is a lesson that I learned eons ago, okay, eons ago. If it's something you need, or something you rely on, you have to have 2. If it's something you really, really rely on, you need 3. Period, yeah, I don't care what it is. Any tool or device that you need, right? You know, for me to function, I have to get it here and there, and so I need a daily, a reliable daily, okay? You also need a backup for it so that when daily number 1 goes, or you know, important vehicle number 1 goes down, you don't have to like drop what you're doing. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to spend extra money. You don't have to hustle or stress. You just push it over to the side and you get on the other one and you make your plans and you do whatever you have to do. So yes, having at least 1 backup, like an identical backup, in my mind, no question about it. Anything I have that I rely on, I have to have at least 2.
You don't have 2 tow trucks.
I don't rely on them really. I don't rely on it. I have tow capabilities on 3 of my vehicles.
Tow Jeep and tow truck and.
So I don't, okay. In other words, okay, if I only had 1 vehicle capable of hauling a trailer,
Yeah.
that would be no good.
Okay.
That's why when I got my first red Jeep over there, put a hitch on it. So this way now I have 2 tow vehicles.
Okay.
I can use them interchangeable. And then I got that white one and it says, I need to set this up specifically to tow with, right? I did a whole video on this.
I know.
So I've got a 3-inch lift in the rear.
Yes.
And none in the front.
Right.
So it's actually, and it's got the trailer brakes and everything. So when it's loaded, when it's got 500 pounds on the tongue, it sets even and goes down the road normal.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to use that as just my daily, then it would have like kind of like a stink bug sort of stance.
Okay. So what is the purpose of the tow truck now?
It really has none right now. It just sits. It just sits. I wish I had a good enough reason to do something with it, but it's there for when I got to drag an engine around. It's there for when I got to, you know, like when we use it when we want to get mission improbable.
Yeah.
You know, winch the thing up on the trailer. That's what it's good for.
Okay.
That's what it's good for.
He meant what's kind of the horsepower limit of that single feed Holly 750.
Oh, yes, wait, so let's go back to that. Oops.
Basically, what's the
But I wanted to tell me exactly what carburetor he had.
yes, a single 750 vacuum secondary with a 4150 conversion.
So you're what are your limits?
Is he saying like, will it make 400 horse, or will it make 350 horse, or will it?
It's not a matter of force. It's where is it going to run out of fuel? Like
at what RPM?
At what RPM? How far out will it go?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because so like in terms of a quarter mile performance, right? Most street fuel systems, right? Typical street fuel systems, at the end of a quarter mile are just about ready to nose over, right? So in other words, fuel is being drained from the bowls faster than it can be replenished, pretty much most of the way down the track, right? So that by the time you get to the end of the track, the bowls are, I don't want to say empty, but they're diminished, okay? Now, when you have a single feed, you're only feeding for that little tube. The fuel has to make, so before you can do that crossover and get to that tube, the fuel has to come into the carburetor, and you have your banjo fitting, and then it has to go through like a weird shaped passage to get to that little tube, to get to the other side where it's got to cross another weird shaped passage and then go through the needle and seat. That greatly diminishes the capability for high speed flow. So let's just say it's 750, let's just say you're going to run at 5,500 RPM, right? On an eighth mile kind of track, I think it'd be fine. Quarter mile, I think by about 1,000 feet, you're running the secondary side dry. I would definitely make sure you've got jet extensions on there.
Here's a question that you can adjust. Due to movement, resident. Tony, for timing chain brakes and the gear is all torn up. Should the cam be changed out before doing the gear and chain? Could the torn up gear be a sign of greater internal issues? 73,358.
No, probably not.
No.
Rotate it. Put a 5/8 wrench on it. You know, the bolt that's holding the front of the cam there. Just put a 5/8 wrench on there and just spin it around a couple of revolutions. You know, I mean, obviously it's not going to spin. It's going to go tuck 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 because you can operate each of the lifters as you're going around. But go a couple of revolutions, and if you don't feel any tight spots or weirdnesses or anything like that, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah, top dead center, put a chain on it, and keep going. Yeah.
Jeff Blackman, hey, Dr. Art, I'm putting a carb 360 in a 74 Dart. I want an automatic overdrive transmission with no electronics for shifting or torque converter. What is it, and what is it in?
Like what's the transmission you could use that has with the overdrive that 83?
No, an automatic.
Yeah.
That 518, the one that they use behind the magnums. It bolts right into your car.
Yeah, because that's just on a kickdown cable.
The case is a little bit longer. It's got a little bit shorter tail shaft, but it'll bolt right to the back of your engine, and it'll fit the transit funnel in that car.
There you go.
I was just zoning out.
We're steering again because they're going off kind of off.
Straight bullet is not warming.
Okay.
There won't be any misunderstanding.
Well, if there, you got people talking about having 2 wives, 2 girlfriends, and 2 sets of everything.
Double trouble. That's
Yeah. And
the Muslims can have 4. The Muslims get to have 4 wives, but
4 and a little boy. Well, I think we don't need to go into that here, but
they get 4 wives, but it has to be each one of them has an equal thing. So if one of them has a house, you can't have a second one until you can give that one a house too.
Right.
So it can get very, very expensive by the time you get number 4.
And if you kill one, you have to kill the second one also.
Yeah, you got to kill them all. Yeah.
And 3 goats. Yes.
The holes. Content suggestion. Have you ever done a video stripping front brake calipers and doing caliper kits and the methods? No, I haven't actually. And the methods around that at a DIY level might be helpful for a lot of people. You know, honestly, I haven't rebuilt a caliper since I was a kid.
They're so cheap.
They're so cheap. Exactly. Yeah.
By the time you buy the stuff and the hone and, you know, a rebuild kit that's not just a piece of garbage, you're better off just buy the $20 caliper.
80 Cobra guy. Thank you for the super chat. Is there a question or anything that goes with that?
Well, it was his 750 question.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Stereo saying, seriously though, I have this weird personality flaw where I need 2 of everything. Oh, I agree with that. It's not a personality flaw. The Scientologists have a very interesting. I'm not a Scientologist, obviously, but I've had friends who were or whatever, and they have an interesting take on it called the law of abundance, right? Which means that if you really like something, whatever it happens to be, you have to have more than one of it to enjoy it. Because, like, let's say I really love this lighter. Like, this lighter is just, you know, I get satisfaction, you know, on a deep personal level from this lighter. Well, if I only have this one of them, then I start to worry about it. And it's like, how long is this lighter going to last me? It's almost out of fluid. What if I drop it? What if I step on it? What if I leave it someplace? Right, you start to have anxiety over the lighter, and it's like, well, now I can't enjoy it, and I lose that satisfaction I have from it. So I have to have another lighter exactly like it, so that I don't worry about this one anymore because see what I'm saying? So the law of abundance, and believe me, you apply that throughout your life, and you'd be surprised at how efficient you become.
Okay, Paul Shea, Dr. Art question. Have an 08 Silverado donor for a donor 5.3 C10 conversion. Do I need the blue plug transmission side for VATS Elite sent in? That doesn't English well, but no, you just need you need the blue, but you don't need to hook up the trans to delete the VATS. You just need the top connector, or just send it to me, and we'll take care of it. But yeah, you don't need the green or the red connector hooked up at all to do the VATS delete.
How on those later ones on the VATS? How is that activated?
It turns off fuel and spark.
No, I know that. How is it activated? Like when the VATS first came out, they used to use a chip.
The chip on the key.
In the key.
Yeah.
And when it would go bad, you just put a rewire a resistor in.
Yes.
And a resistor would match the resistance of the chip on the key. How do the later ones
There's a little RF.
Oh, sorry.
And the ring around the ignition cylinder.
Right.
it reads that RF chip in the key. It's not physically the little chip, in the Chevy key anymore. There's an embedded little RF thing.
Right.
And you put it in there and it shoots code 11511 and then, computer says 11511's a match. Yeah, we can go.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering how they did it in the later ones. Hoarding is not a crime, but it's not. Let's see. All right, hacking and such.
Yeah.
That's how they steal the cars.
Yeah. Well, like Chryslers are real bad, like the Chargers and the Challengers, because they are push button start. So the steering wheel never locks.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then what you do on the Chargers and Challengers, and this is common knowledge, so I'm not telling people how to steal cars. In the center console, there's a cup holder.
Okay.
In the coin tray, you can just pick those up, and then you look down, and there's a little red cord for towing, and you pull that, and it puts the transmission in neutral.
Okay.
So you go, tunk, you put it in neutral, and two buddies push the car back, and you're steering it, and you take the other car you just stole, and you push this new stolen car up onto the trailer, and you're gone in like 30 seconds.
Okay. Makes sense.
Then you take it back to your garage, and you get out your laptop that you can buy on Amazon that'll reprogram the sine wave, and then just bip, bip, and boom, and you got a running driving car.
I never take the keys out of my vehicle. Just anything I own, you want to steal it, the key, just look on the floor. The driver's like, well, the key's laying in there.
Oh, you want to send it to me? Okay. Write this down. We have enough light here. Let's make a comment.
He's typing out his address on the thing. You guys want to know what's going on there. Carl Cadet has been hoarding Ford parts.
Mm-hmm. And that's gmail.com, not gmail.com. Gmail.com. Go ahead and send me an email, and I'll get it tonight when I get home, and I'll send you the address.
Timothy Ortella's thing is actually in the coin tray on the autos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that they don't have a steering wheel lock.
No, none of the cars with the push button start have steering wheel locks. Yeah.
It shows you how out of touch I am with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Art, look what time it is.
It's time to go.
Oh my God, we burned down 2 hours already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's more car stealing tidbits that we can go through, but we may get in trouble.
Yeah, it looks like. So let's see. You know how they steal the key to cars or a phone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so I think we can wrap it up.
I think we can too.
What do you want to tell the people?
That we appreciate them, and we could not do this without them because they are fantastic and intelligent, and they're the wise ones on Wednesday nights who choose to come here.
Yes. Anything you want to promote? Anything coming up on any channel you want to talk about?
Yeah, look forward. The reincarnation of Scribbles early next week.
Okay, and you're doing that 340.
Yeah. 1970 Dodge Challenger TA.
346.
346 pack. Putting the engine back together. There's a couple shorts out there for it.
Okay.
But then we'll probably do like a test drive and stuff like that on it tomorrow. Everything should be wrapped up. There's just like exhaust and stuff to put back on. So
Fubar just put up a link to Dr. Art's channel, Dr. Art's Hard Rehab. Dr. Art's Hard Rehab. I had to read that.
Yeah.
So he's doing that. This week so hopefully this weekend the Belvedere will be able to make some smoke with that thing. I've got just a couple of small loose ends I got to cover up. I was over at the Dino show at Bill's place this morning. So we may be shooting a spark plug video, the dyno test on spark plug, this weekend, either Friday or Saturday. So we got some interesting stuff going on.
And then if you want to buy the completely infamous Big Richard.
Big Richard. Buy Big Richard.
Saturday morning, National Marketplace, first come, first serve. Bring money. And if you show up with extras like 12 packs of Diet Mountain Dew or things like that, you definitely will jump the line. So be prepared.
All right. So our mods, Mexican spec 0. Man, you just showed up. We waited for you. I told Dr. Art, no, we can't shut this down until 0 gets here.
Right.
Thank God you're here because we're done. I'm words. I got no more words. So 0, FUBAR, Mexican spec, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody contributed super chat. Thank you. Never expected, but always appreciated. And everybody contributed just your presence and your conversation. We're eternally grateful to you guys for giving us the most valuable thing in the world, your time. So that's it. I'm going to hit this.
Hit the button.
I'm going to hit the go away button.
The go away button.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
this is where we hang the
farewell.
shoots.
All right.